got Lion. It looks like they are on Flash with 2 Soul Beyond Reproach, 3 Voice of Honor, and 3 Steward of Law. So it looks like this may be more of a honor deck. Although I don't see a lot of the characters I would expect from an honor deck. So I'm not sure what the full plan is here. Definitely not towering them, not a lot of attachments for setting up a tower. Let's see here. I guess I should say that I'm going live in Discord so that people know that we're here. And I should let them know in the game that I'm just going over deck lists. All right, so we'll let them take their mulligans and stuff while we go over this deck list. So, all right, so here's that Lion deck. Typical Lion, powerful events in service to my lord, prepare for war. So we see that. This Lion running 2 assassination, so Dragon need to be conscious of that. So looks pretty good. We see Manicured Garden, Upholding Authority, Dishonorable Assault, Shameful Display, and Midnight Revels. So lots of good provinces there. So let's take a look at the Dragon deck. So our Dragon deck here is Keeper of Void, High House of Light. Looks like a Dueling Monk deck. I've actually streamed this Dragon deck before. So we see 3 Return the Offense, 3 Duelist Training, 1 Formal Invitation, 1 New Name. So it would be a pretty typical, you get out a big character and tower them up. So we'll see how well they can do that. Policy debate to hit some of those big cards in Lion's hand. So let's go ahead and get back to the game. They are indeed taking their mulligans here. All right. It wants me to update my password to the game password, which no, I don't want to do. Oh, yeah. This game doesn't have the chess clocks. So we're going to have to get another game. Yeah, thanks for the catch on that. They caught it in the game too. I didn't even look at that because I'm so far behind. Going to look at those deck lists because I thought another streamer had called this game, but they couldn't do it. So let's watch here. I'm going to guess that the password is still the same. And it looks like it is. Perfect. All right, so let's see how this game goes. Oh, and there it is, wanting me to update my password again. I should just shut that off. All right. All right, so we see here for our Dragon player a Mystic, Favorable Ground, Cycle of Rebirth, and Yokuni. On the Lion side, we see Berserker, Totori, Keeper Initiate, and Amotso. We see immediate buy of Yokuni with 2 Fate. So that is what this Dragon deck wants to do, is just get a big character, get them out. So we see Monto purchased with 3, so we'll see Dragon Pass here for a Fate. Both players bid 5. All right, so it looks like we're going to see a military fire attack here. Oof, into Shameful Display with this Yokuni. So we see Matzo defend, and we're going to see Shameful used first action. So we see favorable ground to send Yokuni home. And Lion claim the fire ring. So let's see if maybe this dragon player has a court games to honor this Yokuni back if they attack on political here. All right, we see Ageless Crone played by Lion, so they'll be able to attack in here. They'll actually be able to, in service to my lord as well, to go in with Mozo as opposed to the Ageless Crone. But it looks like maybe they don't have the in service to my lord, so they are attacking in with the water ring with this crone into Midnight Revels. So Midnight Revels off this round. As Yokuni's the target for it. If we see the Totori bot, then Midnight Revels gets turned on next turn. Yeah. Unlikely that Totori will get bot. But Totori and Ujiaki are the 5 costs in Lion, so it's possible that Lion might get one eventually, but unlikely. So we do see the water ring used to honor Mozo. And we see political void attack into Shameful. Mozo is going to defend here. And we see tactical ingenuity placed on Mozo. And we see court games used to honor Yokuni. Does Lion have the court games to effectively cancel the court games? Yep, so we see court games used to dishonor Yokuni. That's the thing, is court games is always used to just basically cancel court games. So we see let go used to get rid of the tactical ingenuity. I believe there are 2 in this deck. Yeah, 2 Seal of the Dragon in this deck. All right, so this dishonored Yokuni, not great for Dragon. So these open deck lists mean that there's not a lot of attachments in the Lion deck list. So these let goes are going to target those tactical ingenuities, and that's pretty much all they're going to target. So we see Totori discarded, and then 2 more show up to take his place. So the game is definitely telling Lion to buy Totori, but Lion decides not to, and buy Kiono instead with 2 Fate, knowing that there is no assassination in this in this Dragon deck. So we see an investigator, a disciple of Shinsei, and a swordsmith show up for Dragon. We see this investigator purchased with 2. So both Yokuni and investigator will be able to potentially look at and discard a card from the Lion player's hand. So we see 5 bids from both players. All right, it looks like we're going to see a military void attack here from the lion player. Get this Yokuni off the board is probably what the plan is. Attacking into Midnight Revels, of course, because it's safe. The question is, can Dragon Tower up? And it looks like they actually don't defend this conflict and then pass and Cloud Mozo. If he can keep his down, that investigator is likely coming into play. Oh, if he can keep his hand down? Yeah, yeah. We see Prepare for War used to discard the cloud, so that we could still see that investigator pulled in. It just depends on, does Dragon want to spend cards to stay at a even hand size or a lower hand size? So we see the investigator pulled in and then Dragon just pass. So this Revels will break. And so Dragon could attack water here if they want to ready the investigator. Yokuni, no fate on them. So if we have a Seal of the Dragon in hand, might still be able to save this Yokuni. We see them pass their conflict opportunity though. All right, so we'll see if Lion wants to declare their second conflict. Yeah. Oh yeah. This dragon deck can come back from way behind. Um, Slowing everything down is definitely good for them. They do still want to try and get these larger lion characters off the board if they can. So it looks like we're going to see a political earth attack here. So shameful display is what is attacked into. Restoration of balance and upholding authority are the other possibilities. So this shameful is going to get Yokuni honored and dishonor Kiono. So let's see if Dragon has 5 cards to play. We see Soul Beyond Reproach. Do we have a Defend Your Honor to stop this? Like, Dragon would love Defend Your Honor right now. Does not have it. Um, and so we see Kiono get all the way up to Honored, currently winning this conflict 5-5. Yokuni copies Investigator's ability. So we see Fate spent to the Air Ring. So in hand we see Assassination, Fine Katana, In Service to My Lord, Ornate Fan, Prepare for War, Ready for Battle, Soul Beyond Reproach, and Steward of Law. So we see Sharpen the Mind used to discard In Service to My Lord, getting Shameful up to Breaking. We see Court Games used to honor Yokuni. Yeah. Defend Your Honor would have been huge to stop that Soul Beyond Reproach. Um, so it's really sad that Lion or that Dragon didn't have it, or maybe they decided it wasn't worth it. Having that extra card played though in this conflict to get Fate on Yokuni would have been great, as well as potentially doing a return defense. All right, so we see Lion win that conflict. Earthring discards policy debate. Oh yeah, whew. Having a policy debate definitely would have made a huge difference. Having that Defend Your Honor. So it does look like Yokuni is going to go away here, unfortunately for Dragon. They do want these big characters to stick around, but they'll be digging for Mitsu or a second Yokuni at this point. I do always think that Yokuni is a bit better in this matchup because it can't be bowed by the Stronghold. And we see Yokuni and Mitsu both showing up. Yeah, that was a very good hit with the Earth Ring, hitting that policy debate. So we see Mitsu bot with 3. And we see a duplicate of Mozo and then pass by Dragon, and the Sakoma Prodigy played in. Um, and then Line goes ahead and passes. Dragon be like, I buy Mitsu with all the money in the Dragon Mountains. Yeah. So we see Tactical Ingenuity come down on Mozo. I imagine Dragon has another let go to get rid of that. But they don't play it. So either they aren't anticipating Mozo to defend here and use it right away, or they are hoping that Mozo does defend here. So we see them attack into the Shameful with the Katsuki Investigator. All right, so we see Kyono defend, and we see a Steward of Law played at home. Investigator triggers. And we'll take another look at the Lion player's hand, see what they drew. So we see Assassination Bonsai, Censure, Fine Katana, For Shame, Ornate Fan, Ready for Battle, Soul Beyond Reproach, Voice of Honor, and Way of the Lion. So 2 cancels in hand and active for the Lion player. Way of the Lion discarded. So both Censure and Voice of Honor are turned on right now. All right, so we see Lion win that conflict, putting in a Keeper Initiate and gaining the Fate from Keeper of Air. No activation of Shameful to dishonor the Investigator, though. So that will discourage Mitsu from attacking into Shameful. All right, so we'll see what Lion decides they want to do here. Looks like they're considering a military earth attack here with Mozo, and they run into Upholding Authority. We do see Mitsu defend. Mitsu is probably going to get pulled in anyway. So we see Way of the Dragon played on Mitsu. So that's indicating that we're probably going to see 4 more cards played in this conflict to double trigger Mitsu. We don't see a let go on this Tactical Ingenuity, so I'm guessing not in hand. Otherwise, I think that should have been the first card you play as Dragon here. Yeah, definitely awful attack options for Lion, because Shameful would have bumped up Mitsu, and Upholding and Restoration destroy the hand. We do see that it's mostly one-ofs in the hand, so this Upholding Authority is better than the Restoration. So we see Forebear's Echoes grabbed with Tactical Ingenuity, and then Hurricane Punch used on Mitsu. So this Echoes could bring into Tori right now, and it does. So this is a potential double Earth Ring trigger. Are we thinking maybe a Defend Your Honor here? Yeah, we see Defend Your Honor, but there's 2 cancels in Lion's Hand, Voice of Honor and Censure. I think you use the Censure here, because you're more likely to keep the honored characters up over the voice. But we do see Voice of Honor used to cancel Defend Your Honor. And we see Defend Your Honor played again. And we see Censure used to cancel the Defend Your Honor. So both cancels used by Lion. And we see the 3rd Defend Your Honor. So all 3 Defend Your Honors played by Dragon. So Dragon not going to have to play any more cards, can immediately just start using Mitsu. So Defend Your Honor cancels the effects of Censure. So we'll see another duel here. Proving Ground draws a 2nd card, and Voice of Honor gets canceled, and now we see the Defend Your Honor to cancel Echoes. Mitsu really wanted that duel. All right. So let's see here. So Dragon has now played their 5 cards. They use High House of Light, move a Fate to Mitsu, prevent them from being bowed. Prevent them from being targeted by opponent's events. I was thinking of Sacred Sanctuary to prevent them from being bowed. But we're not there yet. So prevent them from being targeted, and now we will see 2 ring triggers. And I think the Earth Ring is a great target here. I also think the Fire Ring to honor Mitsu is a great target here. Or a double Void to take this Mozo off the table. Also good options. So we do see a Void Ring used to take 1 Fate off of Mozo. Is this line running Called to War? No Called to War. So we see a new name played on Mitsu here. And we did see a second Void Ring trigger while I was looking at the list to see if there was a call to war to get rid of that second fate off of Mozo. So Mozo's going to be leaving here. So, and this is an instance where I do think Yokuni would have been good because of the champion effect. You wouldn't have gotten Mozo off the board though, but you could have done a return the events and still had a character standing. For this political attack that's going to come. So we see in service to my lord used to ready Mozo. Yeah, so Scotland and USA have each won 2 games. And this is game 5. There are 2 more games happening, I believe, immediately after this one. Oh, so we see not Matsu ready, we see Kyono readied here with this in service to my lord, and then we see a political void attack at upholding authority, all in a attack here. Yeah, big poll numbers. I mean, Matsu's the same as Kyono as far as political, although Sharpen the Mind, I don't believe has been used this turn, so that is an additional 3 political skill. So we could see Hawk Tattoo and Duelist Training come in and bow characters. There we do see Duelist Training, so we'll probably see Hawk Tattoo and then immediately use Duelist Training. This Way of the Dragon allows that Duelist Training to be used twice. So we'll see 2 characters get bowed here. So Dragon definitely doing really well here. We'll see another duel here to bow this Prodigy most likely. We see Ready for Battle used to keep the Prodigy ready. So I don't think Dragon has anything more that they can do since they're out of Fate now. So it looks like this Upholding Authority is going to break. And that's going to say goodbye to this Yokuni, which would have been great for Dragon to get on the board. So Upholding Authority. We see the hand again of this Lion player. Yeah, I don't know how this Lion's going to get through Sacred Sanctuary. I do believe they're running Agatoki, though. Oh, no, they're not running Agatoki. So they don't have that way to get around its trigger. No Agatoki, so yeah, I don't know what their plan is for dealing with it. We see a dupe of Mitsu come out, an Imperial Storehouse, and a Disciple of Shinsei for Dragon, as well as the Season of War and Swordsmith that they kept around. We also see a dupe of Kyono. We see Zentaro, who has no Bushis to disguise over, and Totori's still standing there. So we see Totori bought with 2. Although versus this Mitsu, that Totori's gonna struggle. Yeah, honor is a potential way here. 18 honor is fairly good. Still has to close that 7. But Mitsu can trigger the air ring to take honor away. We see a 5 to 2 bid here. So that's going to help take the honor condition away from Lion if Lion wants to go that way. Um, but we do just see the Swordsmith bot with 1 from Dragon, and they use it to get this Cloud the Mind. And if Lion doesn't take the Void Ring off the table here, Dragon can wipe their board this turn by playing 5 cards and doing a double Void, like they did last turn with Mitsu here. So this game's definitely looking really good for Dragon right now, even though they are down on 2 breaks. And it looks like they don't want to attack into Restoration, so they were considering going to Shameful here. Yeah, not firing mantras. I don't think this deck is actually running the mantras. Yeah, this deck's not running mantras. They went up to 3 Void Fist instead of the 2 mantra of fires, 1 Void Fist. And not that it really matters because Mitsu's on 3 Fate anyway already. All right, so we see an attack here from Steward and Kiono. I do believe there's still a Force Shame in hand, so either of these characters' defense is going to get bowed by Force Shame Steward of Law combo. Yeah, why would you bid 5 if you're going to attack Resto? I think they decided it was better than letting Mitsu get honored. All right, so we see Dragon Tattoo attached to Mitsu. So I imagine we're going to see a double policy debate come down. So we see Assassination used to discard the Swordsmith. So policy debate here used. So we do see a Court Games, Soul Beyond Reproach, 2 Way of the Lion. We see Way of the Lion discarded with it. And then Dragon Tattoo trigger policy debate again. We'll probably get rid of the second Way of the Lion. Double policy debate feels kind of greedy here. You let him break Resto, then you double PD him. Yeah. So we see Force Shame to bow Mitsu. And then we're going to see Mitsu used to duelist training and bow. With the fire ring on the line, the double policy debate may not have been as feasible because either you get a dishonored Mitsu, which is what I would aim for there, or an honored Totori, and then you only attack with Totori, and you don't send in this initiate or prodigy. Oh yeah, can't dishonor Mitsu if you attack with steward. Yeah, yeah. You assassinate your own steward instead of the swordsmith to dishonor Mitsu. Then, ugh. All right. So we see duelist training used to bow the steward of law, and since there are now 3 duelist trainings on this Mitsu, there are still 4 triggers of duelist training on this Mitsu. So let's see here if we see another double void ring to take Totori off the board. Yep, so we see Fate taking off Totori. Yep, so double void takes Totori off the board at the end of this turn. All right, so I imagine there's a hawk tattoo in hand to move in and bow to Tori and whoever else Lion sent into this conflict. We've got some major differences in our time clock here. Dragon up 10 minutes on our time clock. So Dragon can potentially just stall out this game as well. This Mitsu's not going anywhere anytime soon. All right, so we see Totori going military void at restoration of balance. This Mitsu's at 9 military right now. A hawk tattoo will bring him up to 10, and then you can immediately duel. How many keepers gone for Dragon? I don't think Dragon's seen any keepers. Yeah. All right, so we see Hawk Tattoo, and then Duelist Training used to bow to Totori. But this favor is still going to mean that Totori gets this double Void Ring. But still, that leaves the Mitsu dupe ready to bring Mitsu back up to 2 Fate at the beginning of next turn. And only this Kiono remaining in play for Lion. So I do think Lion is starting to just run out of gas. Although they still have 5 Fate, so they can buy a character and keep him around for a while. Because they'll have 12 Fate going in here. There we go. We see a Gaijutsu for Dragon. That would have been useful to have out in last turn for that Hawk Tattoo to prevent the double void on Mitsu. We see a Keeper Initiate as well as a favorable ground. We see Kitsu Spirit Collar come out with 2 Fate on the Lion side. We see Zentaro still there, and a Mystic, bot with no fate, and an Imperial Storehouse for Lion. 2 fate again. Yeah. Uh, Lion definitely buying things with 2 fate. This Mitsu can, again, clear him off the board. And with Dragon going first this time, could actually attack Void first and try and take 1 fate off of the Spirit Collar that way. And then use Mitsu to only take 1 off. But with this Entaro coming in with 1, we might still see a Void Ring and then a double Mitsu Void to clear the board. Oh yeah, Way of the Dragon might go bye-bye to this Mia Mystic. So we see Political Water into Shameful Display. I guess you're maybe afraid of Midnight Revels or Upholding Authority, and so you keep attacking into the Shameful Display. We do see the Mystic Honored and Gaijutsu Dishonored with Shameful Display. Dragon immediately passes. Lion has no real good choices to attack into. We do see the Mystic use to discard this Way of the Dragon. Dragon only has 9 cards left in their conflict deck. They do run 2 Way of the Dragon, so there's a good chance that they have it. I do think Dragon can pretty much just keep doing whatever they want, and it doesn't really matter. Even without Way of the Dragon, this Mitsu still has 3 duels with Duelist training. All right, so I imagine we see Duelist training here. Bow. And you stay in because of this Spirit Collar if you're worried about losing Restoration here. But I think letting him get to your Stronghold isn't that bad right now. Yeah, they could Spirit Call in the Mystic to get rid of that second um, Way of the Dragon. We see court games used to dishonor Mitsu. And then Mitsu goes home. I got confused there for a second. I was looking at cards played and was thinking that was skill. And I was like, how does Lion still have 1 skill in this? But that's cards played. So no one winning this conflict right now. We could see Spirit Collar in for someone to break. But dishonoring this Mitsu does help with breaking past this Mitsu. No, no Noble Sack. But that would have been real good for Lion if they had it. All right, so we're seeing a military fire with this Mitsu. I agree. A noble sacrifice now would win the game. Unfortunately, it is not in this list. So we see defense, or considered defense, and looks like they decide not to after all. So this shameful is going to go away. So Fire Ring re-honors Mitsu, so Mitsu back in a great position. And I imagine that the third Hawk Tattoo is in hand. Either that or you just let the restoration go this time. Although with Spirit Color doing a Void Ring here, oh, Dragon saying they missed something. That's unfortunate. I'm guessing a Dragon Tattoo was what they might have had. All right. So we see no defense pass. Yeah, and Totori gets rid of Mitsu here. So that right there turns it around for Lion. So this is back in favor of Lion. Yeah, Mitsu's back, but all the attachments are gone. So we see Yokuni bought with two. Yeah, I was like, you needed Mitsu here because Ikihara has covert. So I think you still buy Mitsu with none here for this covert. Hawk Tattoo, yeah, they could have the third one of those. Maybe Cloud the Mind. Yeah, there we do. We see Cloud the Mind for Ikihara. With only 4 cards left in deck, Seal of the Dragon is guaranteed at this point. And yeah, we do see Seal of the Dragon come down on Yokuni. So we see Katana played on this Lion's Pride Brawler. And a second Katana. So the two double Totori Void Rings uh, was huge for Lion. I don't think we've seen any Void Fist yet. Yeah, no Void Fist. So they are likely all in hand. All right, so we see an attack from the Lion's Pride Brawler and Zentaro. Sacred Sanctuary is going to prevent Yokuni from being bowed and bowing at the end of this conflict. We see Cloud the Mind on Spirit Caller. So I imagine Lion's Pride Brawler will bow this Gaijutsu. Yeah, could have used Box last turn to prevent Double Void also. There is Prepare for War. There are 2 Prepare for War in the Lion list. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, and they've both been played. So we see Dragon Tattoo come down on Yokuni. This indicates another double policy debate, but this Ageless Crone means it's going to cost both Fate to play that. So we see Void Fist instead used to send home the Crone. And now we could see a double policy debate. Yeah, and so there we go. We see policy debate. So Assassination Bonsai, Court Games, and Service to My Lord, 2 fans, Ready for Battle, Regal Bearings, Soul Beyond Reproach, Steward of Law, Voice of Honor, Voice of Honor. So currently the voices are off because no honor characters, but Soul Beyond Reproach turns that on immediately. So we do see Soul Beyond Reproach discarded. And it doesn't look like we see a double policy debate here after all. So we see Katana attached to Yokuni here. So that's still breaking. So we need a Void Fist to send Brawler home. Hurricane Punch takes us out of breaking territory. And Dragon Tattoo used to play it again. I imagine we're going to see Return the Offense played here. Because Yokuni can't actually be bowed by the Stronghold, even if he wins. Oh, right, doesn't need it because of Sacred Sanctuary. So he'll save that for his attacks. So if if Lion defends, when Yokuni attacks, we'll have that return the offense. I imagine you have the third Hawk Tattoo in hand. Oh, so we do see a pass on the conflict, so never mind. I was going to say, so I think you can safely attack here. One card short of the box, I believe. There was only 4 cards played. And with the 2 Fate on Yokuni and Cloud on this Spirit Collar, I don't think he was worried. Because I believe there's only 1 Echoes and it's already been used. Yeah. So there's only the 1 Echoes and it was already used. So not worried about a double void on Yokuni again. So yeah, here we see the Return the Offense versus the Keeper Initiate. We see court games used to honor Ikihata. Let's see if we see a court games from Yokuni. So we see Hurricane Punch. I imagine we'll see a Void Fist to send Ikihata home. Dragging down to just 1 card in their conflict deck. So we see Let Go used to remove the fan. Going to time here. Yeah, that's definitely a very good possibility for Dragon right now, with less than 5 minutes left on the clock for Lion. I don't know why Voice didn't get used there. Oh, it did get used, and then we saw a second Void Fist. And then Ready for Battle is used to ready Ikihata. Has Yokuni copied anybody this round yet? Yeah, definitely should have spread it out. Oh, and the second voice was used to cancel the Let Go. That's why there's still the 2 Ornate fans. Missing plays all over the place right now. If Yokuni hasn't copied anybody, I think you copy Ikihata here and honor yourself after you win this political conflict. Yep, so we do see the copy Ikihata's ability. And Yokuni honored. So no cards left in the conflict deck for Dragon, so they're definitely reshuffling next turn. And we see an attack into Midnight Rebels here. So Yokuni's going to be bowed. No defense from Lion. Yeah, no fate for a tattoo. All right. So I see Dragon buying Mitsu here this turn. And then you have Mitsu and Yokuni both on the board. We see double Ujiaki, Mozo, and another Lion's Pride Brawler show up for Lion. So this Mitsu bought with one, Ujiaki bought with none, and then duped. Is there a third cloud? Yes, I do believe there is a third cloud. So we see a 2 to 5 bid. So that's going to save some honor for Dragon as they reshuffle their deck. Oh, Lion also reshuffled their deck. I didn't even pay attention to the Lion side. Um, so both players losing 5 honor there. Our hand sizes are now back to even at 10 to 10. Looks like we're seeing a political water attack with Mitsu into upholding authority. So we see Katana played on Mitsu, and a second Katana played as well. So I imagine we're going to see lots of cards just played out here just to get rid of cards in hand for this upholding authority. And with Way of the Dragon, we'll see a double Mitsu trigger. This formal invitation will bring Yokuni into this conflict as well, potentially. And then we could see a triple trigger of Mitsu. So Void Ring used to take a fate off of Ujiaki. And then I imagine we see a Water Ring used to bow Ujiaki. High House of Light triggered to move a fate to Mitsu. So yeah, Dragon definitely clawing their way back here. Oh yeah, very likely and in service to my lord. So we see Court Games, Hawk Tattoo, 2 Return the Offense, and Void Fist. Those Return the Offense are going bye-bye. Yeah, Void Fist. We see Hawk Tattoo used, actually. Discarded. So, because Mitsu can defend either a political or military attack here, and then return the offense will keep Yokuni standing. So Lion just passes their conflict opportunity. So we see a political fire attack into Manicured Gardens. And we see the Spirit Caller defend. Yeah, ready and move in with box. I don't know why you picked the hawk tattoo there. So we see court games used to honor this Gaijutsu. And then court games used to dishonor again. The line will win that conflict. All right, so we see Mitsu readied with Sacred Sanctuary, and all in defense here. I guess you return the offense for favor here, but you're getting favor if you win this anyway. So I don't know why you played the return the offense here. I guess you draw cards with Proving Ground, and you're trying to get up to play 5 cards. All right, so the Lion board goes away now. Only a minute 22 left on their clock. So time is likely going to cause them to lose, but Dragon also has a superior board state right now. So we see Spirit Caller come in with 1, and then we see Master Alchemist with 2 from Dragon. And then we see Lion's Pride Brawler bot with 1 as well, and Zentaro bot with none. All right, so we're seeing a military void attack here. And again, you just defend with Yokuni and Mitsu, and defend with the Alchemist as well. This is where you see the return the offense played to keep Yokuni standing. But we see Sacred Sanctuary to stop it from bowing at the end of the conflict. Spirit Caller used to bring into Tori. We see Double Hurricane Punch played on this Yokuni. Yeah, Triple Way of the Lion. I think even Double Way of the Lion. We could see For Shame used to bow these characters with the Steward of Law coming in. Yeah, so For Shame bows Mitsu. But 5 cards have been played, so you can just ready Mitsu with his own ability using the Water Ring. So we see Void Fist sending Totori home. All right, and then we're seeing a good game. Oh yeah, clock has run out. So that is time. So USA will take this. Match as time has run out. And there is Dan just making sure that they do recognize that it's not a concession, it's just time is up. So USA will take this. That brings it up to 3-2 in the series of USA versus Scotland. So there we do. We see McVee concede, and Dragon wins this. So I do believe the other two games are happening soon if they are not happening already. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it started a couple minutes ago. I'm not sure if anyone grabbed that. So let me go ahead and just stop this recording and I'll check and see if anybody else is streaming. And if not, I'll try and hop into that other USA Scotland game.